So on this Samsung phone, I downloaded the file from m.safeguardproperties.com. You want photo direct, this green one here. So I just downloaded it. I wanted to show how to install it. For Samsung, I go to My Files because that's where it downloaded to. And then, oops, not downloaded apps. Recent files, there it is. So this is the old one. I just had to uninstall it because a new version came out. So I click it. It's going to say the install was blocked because it's an APK file. I gotta hit unknown sources for this installation only. Okay. And then it brings me to the photo direct. So I hit next and install. And it's installed. I'll hit open. Location check-in. So your location, you don't have to allow it to do a location check-in. Again, this is just for them, exactly what it says here, for them to assign you work orders. It slows down your phone and is kind of annoying, so I do not allow. Then you're going to put in your vendor code and your password. And then you're going to click download work orders when logging in. So it downloads your work orders and log in. It's going to check for orders and pull any new orders that you have assigned to you. These are snow orders. So the scripting is going to be different on grass. Here we go. It's telling me to change the language because it's a new install. So we got to set it to English. And hit back. Oops. So let's grab this house right here. So this is where you're gonna find any information about the home. Your instructions are right here, so you can click the instructions. You're gonna find all your information about what you need to do at the property right here. This is where you're going to find allowables, how much has been spent on the loan so far, and I'll give you further instruction on what to do when looking for how much has been spent on the loan, but that'll be in a different video. But anyway, your instructions are here. To start this work order, I'm going to hit start. It's going to ask you occupancy question. I assume this is going to be very similar on the grass orders. So the key is always hitting this arrow to the right. Sometimes you want to swipe, sometimes you want to hit a done button. The app will kind of not work correctly if you don't hit this arrow. So hit the arrow to the right. It's a vacant property. Okay. And for snow, this is going to say was grass completed. But yes. Length of driveway, we'll just guess at 50. Depth of snow, let's say 12. Again, instead of hitting done, I'm hitting this arrow, because if you hit done, it will mess up the app, at least on a Samsung phone. Sidewalk present, no. And description, just going to put in anything here. Then I'm going to hit back, because that's the last question. When a station is complete, you'll have a green check mark. If you don't have a green check mark on all these stations, don't proceed. Make sure you answer all the questions so any station that pops up has a green check mark. Once all these have check marks, then the appropriate photos will be populated under this camera button. So you can hit the camera button. This is it tells you exactly what you need for photos. Even the optional photos, it doesn't matter. You need a photo for every single one of these. Even though it says optional, they are required. So for snow, front of house is pretty basic. You need a picture of the front of the house. You usually take that from the street. They want another picture. This is very similar for grass. Let's say grass cut before with property address. If you can get the mailbox and the house in the same photo, that's what they're looking for. If you can't, you can just take another picture of the front of the house. Measurement, you need a picture of grass of a measurement showing that the grass has been cut to less than 2 inches. not meaning you have to cut the lawn at 2 inches, as that will usually damage your blades. I cut the grass at 3 1/4 inches, but usually you'll scalp a spot, or you can weed whack a spot that's less than 2 inches, and that's where you need to take your photo. If you show a ruler measurement of greater than 2 inches, they will cut the invoice to 0. You have labels that are, again, this is snow, but for grass, it'll be before and after, front yard and backyard. So that's self-explanatory. It says required only 1 photo. Everywhere it'll say required 1. We get paid by our photos. So your before photos, 2 or 3 is great. After photos, 3 or 4 is great, just to show that we completed the work. If you take 1 photo and it's blurry and they can't tell, they're going to cut the invoice to 0 and not pay us. So take a couple extra photos to make sure that we're getting the photos required, and they're not cutting our invoices. Property address, that's always going to be a picture of the address, just a close-up on the mailbox or on the house. So anyway, again, these are snow removal. If I can get a grass order up, I'll pull a grass order up so we can see all the labels for that. But that's Photo Direct. Once you've taken all your photos, none of these have zeros on them, you're going to hit View All. It'll show all the photos on the screen that you've taken a picture of. Hit the 3 little dashes, and you're going to hit Queue Order. When you queue order, we can't because we haven't taken photos. When you hit Queue Order, it's going to take you to a transmit screen, and at the upper right will be a little paper airplane, it looks like. It's like the send symbol. You'll hit that, and the order will upload to VendorWeb. So that's about it. That's how to use Photo Direct, and it is pretty simple. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call.